Good morning. It's a bit frosty this morning. It was below 32 degrees. So my water froze and tent got frost on it. But it's a beautiful morning. Sun's coming up over the mountain right there. Got a little fire going. About ready to make my coffee. The dog's in their coats. What you doing? What you doing? Yeah, good girls. Try to keep them warm too. And I look at the sun coming up there. Beautiful little camp spot. Really quiet night. Didn't hear a single sound. Anyway, gonna make my coffee. I used this little alcohol stove this morning for my coffee. Should be pretty close to boiling now. Oh, it's such a beautiful morning. Now that the sun's come up, it feels a lot better. Look at these guys just sunning themselves. The sunlight. Just love the way the sunlight dances through all the foliage this morning. Just gorgeous, especially with all the fall color change. He's crazy dog here. My little pile of firewood. Good morning. Cheers. Coffee's good this morning. Cold morning. Good hot cup of coffee. I hope you're having yours. My breakfast here. Some nice oatmeal. Pretty good. Oatmeal is one of those things that has a lot of energy. I like to take it on backpacking trips for that reason. I don't usually eat it at home. It's the only time I eat it. They say it's packed full of calories and that it lasts a long time through the day. So I've got some coffee. Man, it's a glorious morning. Can't wait to get out and explore a little. Warming up to be a wonderful, beautiful day. Kind of excited. Alright, I'm just heading out on a adventure. Day hike. Not sure. I am sure. I'm gonna, right here where I'm camped, there's like a, I'll show you, a Y section. There's a tributary there. And I think I can cross the water right down there. And then go explore that tributary at this Y intersection. It sounds like fun. See what I can find. Reached the entrance to this side canyon, but right away I found this rock, which is really cool. Sandstone with this crazy zebra pattern in it. Somebody took the time to build a path. 1 step, 2 step, 3 step, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and we're out. Quite the crack. And this rock just peeled away. See right through it. Looks like somebody up here on this little hill set up a little fire break for a fire. Some kind of plant growing up right there. Might be mullein. It's all wilty though. Looks like that's been there a while. Look at this canyon. Pretty. A little dark in here, but the sun hasn't broke the canyon. This rock face is pretty fascinating because it's got some ferns on it that haven't frozen yet, that aren't all turned brown. I wanted to get some film of it and bring you along. Look at this. This is the one that caught my eye though, through the light shining on it. It's yellowed, but it's not turned yet. It's beautiful moss on this rock, on all the green grass. Little plants growing from it, trees. It's a beautiful spot. How the grass grows kind of in a downward pattern on the rock and the moss. And they must be getting some protection in here not to be turned completely brown. None of the aspen trees that I've seen have had any leaves. It's been that cold. I was here just, I don't know, 3 weeks ago, and they all still had their leaves and hadn't hardly turned yet, so it happened pretty quickly. Anyway, it's just a beautiful, beautiful spot. And it must be fairly warm, because stuff is still really green in here. But this plant's starting to turn some oranges and yellows. Still got some flowers. They're pretty. Not sure what this plant is, but it's pretty. Oopsie. Getting a little gnarly in here, but it's very pretty. This is a skeleton of a leaf. It's really cool. It's like super brittle. First I thought it was a thin rock, like a volcanic rock. But it's just the skeletal remains of a leaf. Isn't that cool? It's just cool as hell. Look at that. This is cool. This is very cool. Oops. That's not funny. Goodness. Log jam. Big one. Good step. Here we go. 1, 2. Oops, kicked it. This canyon wall, isn't it cool? Just amazing. It's really well protected here, but I can hear the wind just blowing through the trees up there, waving about. But there's maybe a slight breeze down here, but not much. Not a lot of sunlight hitting it, so it's cool down here. Wow, that is a down tree that's just monstrous. Big, huge ponderosa. That thing's giganimous. Yeah, it was growing in the middle. I thought it came from the top, but it didn't. It came from down here. Look at that. Rotted from the bottom and broke off. And it's huge. Huge. Look at all this bark that got chewed up. That is one big dang tree. Always fascinates me when I'm walking along in this place that looks remote, like nobody's been here in a very long time, and you see this. So this log was cut, and maybe no, the piece of it's there, the other end. Who came in here and did that, and why? Ooh, I'm guessing that's bear shit. Not pretty. This looks like a good spot for a bear to be, no doubt. And that is wet, like this morning wet. Maybe you went down to water last night. Come back through this way after getting a drink and left a present. Left a present. Oh, looky here. A little reed. It's kind of cool. Don't see that much in Arizona. River! Damn. I don't know if you can see that, but that's very fresh meat. I didn't see where she got it, but it's still got blood in it. It could be pieces, parts from a hunter. Yep. It is hunting season here in Arizona. Not sure where she got it. I didn't see it. It looks small. It looks real small. Hey, let me see that. It's more like a dog or a coyote. Fox maybe big for a fox. I don't know, I wish I'd saw where she got that. I'd like to investigate it a little bit more. So here's some bracken that's all turned brown, or those same kind of ferns. Not as well protected, probably frozen. Got a good hard freeze on them. And it's this canyon's kind of still canyon-like, but we're not getting those big canyon walls like I was earlier. There's some up there. A lot more earth, dirt, grass. Look at this grass. It's wonderful. There's a sign in here. There's a big elk hanging out. I've seen droppings twice. One of them was maybe a week old, but the other one was maybe a day old. Big old footprint. It's pretty cool. Be better to see them though. But when you have dogs, a lot of times animals disappear. They chase them off long before you get a chance to see them. But there's definitely a game trail in this canyon. My guess is they're using it as cover to get to the water source, which is the Blue Ridge Reservoir. And it's kind of hidden. They'd be safe down here from hunters since it's hunting season. Still pretty down here with the grass, considering we're in deep into fall. More like starting to get winter, November. But canyons like these, I always want to see what's around the next corner. Like, because you just never know what's going to be there. And there's always hiking along. It's like, ooh, just a little further. Just another corner. Just a little further. Before you know it, you got 10 miles in. You gotta go 10 miles back to camp. But it's a glory day. Not too hot, not too cold. Still got my jacket on, a light fleece. Never shed it off yet. And I don't know if I'm going to either, but we'll see as the day progresses. We stopped, had a little lunch break. Now I'm headed back to camp. I gotta gather up a little bit more wood for the fire to do some real cooking on the campfire today. So, saw some pretty cool things in this little canyon. Super quiet, hardly any trash, no signs of people, which is the way I like it. But dogs are happy. Got a little snack, got a little water. Now it's just back to camp. And if I see anything cool, I'll let you know. but it was about half. I had fed this morning, so it was about up to here. Poured about half of this, the sourdough starter, into this bowl. And then I started mixing it already and adding in the flour out of this bag. And, you know, you can see how much is in here. I added about half. I just want enough, like a small loaf of bread to go with dinner, just a single loaf. I added a little bit of water. And see this really sticky consistency? This is what you want for a good sourdough loaf, is this sticky consistency. Kind of soft and sticky. The best way to mix sourdoughs with your hands, so I'm going to get in here with my hands and kind of mix this up a little bit. I forgot, you gotta add salt. This is a pinch of salt. Add a pinch of salt. And I'm gonna add a little bit of sugar because I like it, and I think it gives the dough flavor, and it also feeds your bacteria's what creates the sourdough. So I'm gonna add a little into there and mix it up, but I missed that part, so I wanted to show you guys that I forgot, and you got to do that too. So I'm gonna mix it back up and then put it on the hot rock. Mixing it, giving it a little knead. All right, good enough. Get what I can off my fingers. See how sticky it is? It's a sticky dough. Now the next time I handle it, I give this 30 minutes to sit in a warm place. And the next time I handle it, the consistency will be a little tighter because the glutens will have started to form. I'm gonna walk it over here and put this down on this warm rock in the sunlight. There's no trees or anything to block the sun, so it should stay in the sunlight. And I'll set the timer for 30 minutes and then come back to it. So it's been 30 minutes, and here's a look at the dough. And I'm going to show you here. So at this point, all you really want to do is you do these stretch and folds. You just stretch it up, stick it to itself. And you can do as many of these as you want. Probably not going to do that many. Actually, maybe I am. And I want this I want the glutens to really form. So, best way to do that is these stretch and folds. But you see how the consistency of the dough has changed a bit. It's a little more elastic. Still pretty sticky, but we got time. That can change. Alright, I just wanted to show you. Here's what I'm doing for dinner. It's a little Cornish hen. It's this little guy. I got some rosemary and thyme there. I'm going to cut up fine and rub on the outside with a little bit of butter. And I got a sprig of rosemary and thyme. This is my salt. Then I'm going to put inside the cavity before I put it on the fire. So that's what we got going on. So I stuffed a little onion. This is the onion and the rosemary and the thyme in there. Mix those herbs up and mixed it with the butter and put it here in the chest cavity. That was a little bit of basil that got a little wilty. Got too cold, I think. And now I'm going to put it on this stick and get it on the fire. Oh, salt and pepper it first and then get it on there. Here she is. She's on the fire, starting to cook. Got a nice little bed of coals there. The wind will cooperate. Might put them out too fast. All that wind. So here's the sourdough. I've stretched and pulled it 3 times. And this time I'm going to put it in here to rest another 30 minutes or so. And then I'm going to bake it. But this is what I'm going to bake it in, so I want to pour it in there. And then let it rest and bake it. As you can see, it's still pretty sticky. And I'm gonna need, sorry, both hands for this. There you go. It's in. Scrape the little bits off what I can. And stick it to the bread. Now, I'm just gonna cover it and let it rest for a little bit, and then I'm gonna bake it. Look at that bird. Isn't that pretty? A little crispy maybe in a couple places. She's looking pretty tasty. Look at that breast. Ooh, I can't wait to get me some of that. Here's the baking setup for the bread. I'm gonna drop the bread into here. I'm gonna cover it like this. Like this. Which makes our oven. Just like so. Oh, I got a stick in there. Why is that staying? Okay. Now, got it like that. I'm gonna transfer it over here, and I'm dropping it in. Now, oops, paper got burnt. Damn. I got fire on that side and coals on that side, so I think it'll be all right in there. But I'll keep monitoring it. I've added a little bit of coals to the top of that pot with a little frying pan, just so I can add a little heat from the top so it gets a little brownie on top. And look at this bird. She's getting really close to being done. Look at that. Nice and roasted. Okay, here's the bird and the bread. I'm pulling the bird. Look at that. Just look at her. Whew. That skin is nice and crispy. Pretty sure she's done all the way through. Look at that. I'm going to set her over here between these 2 logs. Just like that. To cool a bit. Before I dig in. It's way too hot to touch at the moment. It needs to cool. And the bread, I got 50 seconds on the bread. There's the bread. I'm pulling her off, letting her cool. I just wanted you to see it. Okay, she's still pretty warm. But I'm gonna do my best here to cut it with a non-serrated edge knife. Oh yeah. Look at that. Look at that crumb. It's nice and doughy on the inside. crispy on the outside. This is going to be heaven. Now, I'm going to put this in here. And I'm going to swing over to the bird. And I do my best to film this. And I'm going to... Sorry. I'm going to pull this off of here. Whoa, look at that. Look at all that juicy goodness there. Oh, baby. And I'm going to start with that. The bread. And a thigh and a leg to start with. Looks really good. Juicy. All right. It is so perfect. The skin is crunchy. The meat is soft, tender, juicy. So good. I'll get back to you after I'm done eating. I'm back. I filmed the chicken eating, so I'm gonna film the bread eating. Lovely. It's got a good crust. Soft and doughy on the inside like it should be. Crunchy on the outside. The way it should be. Lovely. On the fire. Bread. So, I took some of the white meat. And this is where I had the stuff the butter and the spices. The rosemary and basil and thyme, and it really took up that flavor. I put the butter spice mix in between the skin and the meat, and it stayed in there and really flavored that breast good. I just wanted to share that with you. This has been kind of a... Well, the bread baking, you never know. These pots are not like cooking on Dutch oven. They're stainless steel, and they have a tendency to burn. That's why I used this on the inside, doubled it. So, that's why I used this on the inside and doubled it, so it wouldn't burn it and act a little more like an oven. Anyway, I gotta get back to my eating. I just wanted to share that with you. Sitting fireside. Dinner's done. Gosh, it was good. I'm really happy it turned out so good. I was stressing the bread whether it would turn out, if I'd burn it. Because those stainless steel pots are definitely not as thick. And pretty small. The light is about to go away. I think it's about 6 o'clock. And it's been a long day for me. Long day of hiking, cooking, taking care of my 2 dogs. But I just settled down to a nice cuppa. I got some apple cider, hot apple cider. The last thing I have today. Forgot to say cheers. Cheers to y'all. It's been a very successful day for me. I'm really happy about how my meal turned out. It was really good. It was fun to share it with you. I hope the video turns out as good as I want it to. You just never know when you're shooting and running around and trying to get things done. Super quiet evening, sitting by the fire. Probably not going to be sitting here much longer. I'm going to finish this cup, and I'm going to find myself in bed, I think, quite early. I didn't sleep as good as I wanted to last night. Kind of tossed and turned a bit, but I think I'm going to sleep really good tonight. I'm wishing you guys the same. Have a good evening.